Today I show you the 15 new teams in the Eastern Conference. Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me, and the Clippers stole my idea. They are doing a full rebrand right now, but I had this idea first. I've been working on this video for months. But lucky for them, they are in the Western Conference, and I haven't even started that video yet. So today we're going to look at the 15 new teams that I'm bringing you from the Eastern Conference. My process for this video is actually pretty simple. I asked ChatGPT what each city or state was best known for, and then I took some of those ideas and I made a new logo. These are in alphabetical order, and we will start with the team formerly known as the Atlanta Hawks. And for all of these, I've kept pretty much the same color scheme, or at least I tried to. And ChatGPT said that Atlanta was known for its hip-hop culture and production, so I changed them to the Atlanta Mics. So you see their logo is a microphone. The head of the microphone is actually a basketball. Atlanta is across the front. This one's pretty basic. There's some that are a little bit more intense than this, but overall, I think this is a good rebrand. When's the last time you ever saw a hawk in Atlanta? Now, I thought the Boston Teabaggers was a little too vulgar, so I just went with the Boston Teabags. Obviously, Boston is known for the historical Boston Tea Party, and we have a cup here, a teacup, and the tea bag itself is actually a basketball. I think that's another clever idea by myself. I don't love the light green in this photo. I wish I would have made it a little more darker, but I still think it's better than a Celtic. The Brooklyn Nets have become the Brooklyn Dogs, and we're not talking about canines, folks. We're talking about hot dogs, okay? Brooklyn is known for Coney Island, which is where the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest is held every 4th of July. ChatGPT also said that Brooklyn is known for its graffiti and for, its culture of graffiti and kind of where graffiti got its start in so many respects. So I tried to do some graffiti letters across the hot dog itself. I really like how this one turned out. I think this is an awesome logo and really speaks to not only the hot dog eating contest, but the graffiti scene. This is like a 10 out of 10. I know I made it, but I can still score it, right? Charlotte is actually the home of NASCAR, so we have the Charlotte chassis. I know that that is a mouthful, and I think this logo is spectacular. This is a NASCAR that's been personified a little bit. You can see it kind of has this menacing grin. I love the font here, Charlotte at the top. I don't love giving a basketball team a car logo. I know that that seems a little weird, like we're combining sports here, but I am really happy with how this turned out overall. The Chicago Bulls become the Chicago Slices. Chicago is the birthplace of deep dish pizza, and I know I should have made this pizza actually deep dish, but I liked how this one turned out. You still have the iconic black and red color scheme, and the pepperonis being little basketballs. I don't know what those little cell diagram looking things are on the pizza, and I'm not going to ask. All I know is that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Another one of my favorites is the Cleveland Rockers. Cleveland is the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I love this guitar. I don't like guitars. I don't like flutes. I don't like trumpets. I don't like music, to be completely honest, but I love the font here. I love that the body of the guitar is a basketball resemblance. I know it's not perfect, but it's close. The color scheme is perfect in alignment with what Cleveland has been for the last few decades. This one, guy, just look at this one. It's awesome. Detroit was honestly one of the more tougher logos to create, and I just kept getting hung up on the automotive industry, but we already had the Charlotte chassis, and you'll see another car-based one in a second, and I couldn't figure out what I really wanted to do, but Detroit drivers sounded pretty cool with the alliteration, and I like this little character popping his head through the steering wheel, and, Pistons is just kind of lame. I thought about Detroit Motors, Detroit, insert other part of a car here, but Detroit drivers felt right. I like this little guy, again, poking his head through the steering wheel. The font is cool. Color scheme's right on. So I ended up being happy with it, but this one probably took me the longest. Our last car-related one, I know this is 3 already. We have the Indiana Racers, and I know that right now they're the Indiana Pacers, but I think that's so stupid. And I actually voiced this opinion online the other day, and people got mad at me. Oh, it's iconic, the pace car in Indy 500. Oh, Pacers also a reference to horse racing. Indiana has this rich horse racing industry. I don't care. Like, that's not exciting. A pace car? It literally gets out there and drives slow for the cars to go. It's stupid. give me the Indiana Racers. All right, the basketball in the background, the font still looks pretty similar to what they have now. Obviously, the yellow and blue color scheme is one of my favorites, so I was happy with this one and how it turned out as well. This is probably my least favorite one, the Philadelphia Liberty. There were not a lot of Philadelphia-related ideas. I thought about doing something related to Ben Franklin and like a kite with a key on it. I thought about doing the Philadelphia cheesesteaks, but then I already had the Brooklyn Dogs, and that felt weird. So we just kind of transformed the Liberty Bell into the logo and called them the Philadelphia Liberty. I realized the bell does not have a crack in it, which is kind of like the whole point of the Liberty Bell, but I digress. Another one of my favorites, the Miami Sandcastles. ChatGPT said that Miami was known for its beaches, and, Miami Beaches doesn't sound like a good team, so why not the Sandcastles? I tried to keep the color scheme of the Miami Vice logo and jerseys, which I think adds a more sandcastle beachy feel than the red and black does. So I've changed the colors of this one a little bit, or went with the alternate colors. But again, I'm happy with this. I like the basketball there. I like the font and how it's centered perfectly under the sandcastle. And this little crown here, it looks like the old LeBron James logo who played for Miami. So I thought that was kind of peculiar, but overall, happy with this one. Milwaukee is the home of Harley-Davidson. It's where Harley-Davidson originated, and so we have the Milwaukee Bikes, and I like this one because it kind of is a play on words with Milwaukee Bucks. It has that similar cadence and feel to it, and this one's really simple, but I love the M that I was able to incorporate in the motorcycle itself. M, obviously, for Milwaukee. Color scheme is right. Another one that I'm pretty proud of and I think looks pretty sweet. But I believe of all 15, this is my absolute favorite. This is the one I am most proud of. New York is the home of Wall Street. And I didn't want to do the New York NASDAQs, but I thought, wait a second, we can change this to the New York Nas Dunks and make it basketball themed. So we just have a simple backboard, but we added a little line chart stock graph. I don't even know what you call that, into the background there across the backboard, as if to say, here's how the price is changing. I don't know. I truly do think this is my most creative and best one. And obviously, it's not realistic. They would never call themselves the Nas Dunks, but I wish they would. I keep saying the previous one's my favorite, and then I get to the next one. I love this one too. Orlando is the home of SeaWorld, which obviously we know Shamu is an orca. I think he's an orca. I don't know. Is it a he? I don't know. Orlando Orcas has a nice ring to it as well, and you have the orca, the killer whale coming up with the basketball in his hand. Guys, this is awesome. ChatGPT said Toronto was known for the CN Tower, which I believe is the third largest man-made structure in the entire world. And so why not pay respects to that creation? So it's a very simple logo. We have the Toronto skyline, but the tower sticking up through. Simple font. I went with the purple color scheme. I know that they are also red and black, but I think the iconic Vince Carter days with the raptor, with the purple raptor, is something we need to bring back. And so that's what I tried to do with this logo. Last but not least, we have the Washington Wizards that have changed to the Washington Blossoms. What does a wizard have to do with Washington anyway? Washington, D.C., ChatGPT said, is known for its cherry blossom trees, so I tried to incorporate that. We have a basketball with a cherry blossom coming up behind it. This logo is a little complicated, like probably unrealistic to expect something with this much detail to ever be a logo, but I still think, like all of these, it's pretty cool. Truth be told, I have not even started on the Western Conference, but if that is something that you guys are interested in seeing, please like, share, subscribe, comment on this video. Let me know this was something that you enjoyed. These took forever. I mean, this was months of work that I spent creating these. So not that it was wasted time by any means, but if I can get some reassurance that this is something that people are interested in seeing, I'll be happy to do more. And I do enjoy it, so it doesn't feel like a chore, but it's nice to know. It's nice to be reassured. And make sure tonight you tune into the Milwaukee Bikes, who visit Charlotte to play the chassis.